Welcome to New Stripe City YouTube channel for diehard Bengals fans. I am your host, Ace Boogie. Bengals are tied up right now at the half. A lot has been going on in this game. I'd probably say the first thing is that Brandon Wilson was able to get a 103-yard kick return taken to the house. Definitely deserves to get more opportunities. You would think that they would play him in place of Alex Erickson, but for some reason they haven't done that. Outside of that, the Bengals have managed to get some points on the board, 3 to be exact offensively. What's up, y'all? Brandon Allen has looked somewhat solid, 7 of 10 for 53 yards. I will say it looks like the Bengals maybe have secured themselves a backup quarterback, a guy that's somewhat solid. The only thing that worries me is the fact that you're looking at this and you're wondering, if the Bengals win this game, does this take them out of the penny sweepstakes? That's what I'm worried about. I know some people kind of get caught up in game to game. I'm more so looking at the long-term vision. So we'll have to see. Omar might have been lurking somewhere in the mainstream. It's all good. But yeah, Omar, we are in the mainstream. We do got the live play-by-play going on right now. Danny Dimes, 14 of 23, 167 yards. I don't know if Evan Ingram got hurt. He had 4 receptions for 86 yards. The Bengals need to trade for this guy in the offseason. If the Giants are willing to come up off of that guy, just imagine him with Joe Burrow. Imagine him in this offense. You seen firsthand what this guy could do. This is why I've said this guy needs to be a Bengal. But outside of that, we'll see what happens. Giovanni Bernard, 5 carries for 22 yards. T. Higgins, 2 receptions for 21 yards. A.J. Green had a pass that I thought that he probably should have caught. But outside of that, everybody's playing pretty solid. They have to get more points on the board offensively. Outside of the 103-yard kick return, not much there. Von Bell was able to force a fumble. That was huge. And go ahead and return that for a little bit. So we'll have to see what happens. But as a Bengals fan, as you guys probably know, we're just waiting to see how this plays out, waiting to see what happens next season. Someone is saying that Brandon Allen is A.J. McCarron 2.0. I can see that. He's a solid pickup. So far, Brandon Allen playing pretty solid. We'll see what he does in this next half. He's going to have to throw for more passing yards, though. We're talking about 53 yards. 7 for 10. Daniel Jones had that on 1 pass completion to Evan Ingram. And that's not to be harsh or anything on Brandon Allen. I like Brandon Allen. But we got to get some more yardage there. Hopefully we'll start to see that. And that's going to come with better play calling in the next half. There was an under center play that just didn't make sense that they gave the ball to Alex Erickson. Not good. Pass rush is somewhat still a little bit of a problem, especially when you know that the New York Giants don't have the strongest offensive line. So it looks like we also have a super chat here from Cruisin26. Appreciate that, bro. He says that he likes Ingram, but he has a lot of bonehead plays. Bonehead plays, we can relate to that as Bengals fans for sure when it comes to our players doing that. He did definitely have that fumble, though, at the beginning of the game, so that is somewhat valid. I do have to ask the Giants fans that are in here, if you were, what do you think that the Giants would trade Evan Ingram for with the Bengals? Like, what do you think personally they would trade him for? Because I would love to have his bonehead stuff when you got Drew Sample as your tight end right now. The Bengals tight ends are just non-existent whatsoever. So I've got a whole video on that. If you haven't checked it out, search New Stripe City Drew Sample, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And then you got Ethan Carter. Bengals are getting nothing from the tight end position right now. Absolutely nothing. So we'll see what happens. The Bengals went with a new offensive line here. They went out and put Quentin Spain in there instead of Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is being held responsible for the Joe Burrow injury. I personally don't think it's his fault. I never was a huge Michael Jordan guy. I kind of cautioned people about anointing him this great guard when I said that he, wasn't someone that would be someone that you would not sign someone for. So we'll have to see. But to me, I'm just hoping that we're able to get Penny. For the Giants, I would probably say I'm wondering what they are thinking right now, because I think they're still in a race to make the playoffs. But the interesting thing is, anybody from the NFC East, once you get there, would you want to be like, let's just say worst case scenario, 6-10 team, right? Let's say a 6-10 team makes it from the NFC East to the playoffs. Would you really want to be picking in the 20s if your team was only able to win 6 games? That's what's interesting. So we'll have to see here. Danny Dimes obviously is playing for his career moving forward, because I think if the Giants do end up in one of those spots where one of these top draft quarterbacks are there, they could probably go for him. So that's what makes this interesting, because I think the Bengals obviously are. Someone's in here saying that we would take another quarterback. We're not going to take a quarterback. We got Joe Burrow. We're gonna pick Penny. But I think a team like the Giants and the Jets, they'd have to wonder about that. 3rd round pick, I'd give you a 3rd round pick for him right now. Oh goodness, I would love to give a 3rd round pick for Evan Ingram right now. I would give him right to you, because man, the Bengals have absolutely nothing at tight end. And man, I would love to do that deal. We'll have to see in the offseason if it happens. Hopefully someone sees this video. Hopefully someone in the front office sees this video and tries to do that. But yeah, we have to look forward to this second half to see what happens here. I've got the live stream going right now. CJ Uzoma is coming back off an Achilles injury, so that's going to be tough. But Bengals and Giants, we'll have to see what happens in the second half. I think right now it says the win probability is 54.7 Bengals. We'll have to see, though. So, honestly, I probably don't want to win this game. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Whatever we can do to sew up that number 3 pick, I'm willing to do. And I would like a competitive game. But for the long term of this team, in terms of moving on from Zach Taylor, in terms of moving and getting Penny for Joe Burrow, I think the best thing to do, unfortunately, is take the L. So I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to try to say something that I don't agree with. I'm just going to keep it real. So thanks for listening, you guys. We'll be back at halftime. I've got the live stream going now. It's under the name, I think it's Bengals Giants live play-by-play. So please be sure to check the channel, and it should be under that. And as usual, I'll leave you guys with a who day, all day, every day, especially on Sunday. Just not today, because we need Penny.